ready to live stream at DJ's. It's all about the green. Now, the best thing about this show, and you're going to hear it in just a minute, is my buddy.
Cookies.
No, not cookies, not cookies. DJ's back, drinking his coffee. DJ's been gone, he's been out. DJ was working way too hard to the point that his back gave out. But yeah, not there. You're on international live YouTube TV right now, Don.
So we're functioning.
He's getting ready too.
Don is getting ready here.
See?
Again, it's all about the green.
That's Joe.
And
That's Joe over there.
Jay is setting up his YouTube channel.
No setup. We're running.
We're running.
I got y'all on.
Okay, so we're running the YouTube channel. And Don, let's talk a little bit about
Well-
A bunch of noise in the hood here.
Well, first thing we got to do is explain to everybody where are we? What are we doing?
what are we doing, Don?
Listen to that.
That's okay.
See, these are called technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's static. You know what that is? There it is. It's gone. Must be from your phone.
It was a phone. Crazy.
Nope, don't put it back there. Okay, are we live?
We are now.
Jay, we're live.
Two ways. Two ways. We're live here and we're live there.
So we're doing a YouTube live along with the radio show
On my Turbine Guy channel.
on the Turbine Guy channel. So actually, what's the website for that?
Turbine Guy
Turbine Guy.
on YouTube. I'm going to pull it up right here when I get a second. I'm
Okay.
working on that for you.
Okay, we're getting definitely high tech here. You know, as he's getting that up, set up, running, I'm going to talk about energy. Every morning when I get up, I check the natural gas prices. Now, if I went back a year and a half ago, roughly it was about $1.50. Then it went to $2, $3, $4, $5. This morning it hit $6. So everybody out there who thinks they're going to have a cheap heating bill, or have it's going to probably double. And I'm just guessing, but from the look of where natural gases went, you're oh, look at that, there we are. I see us.
Hold on. I'll get the crew over so they can see that you see yourself.
I see the Turbine Guy's website, and we're on it. So
There you go.
you know what's going to happen. Your viewership's going to go way up because DJ's on there.
Well, I'll be honest. Yes, I got my own microphone. I'll be honest. When I do this, my viewership goes up. People like this stuff, you know. And we're not just sitting here talking about blah blah blah. We actually have insights into how the world kind of works and why things are going to go. Now, I just want to let everybody know we're at DJ's Energy Saving Store in Monticello, Minnesota. Here, I'll spin around so they can look at me for it. See, here I am I gotta have my sunglasses. In Monticello, Minnesota. We do this every Tuesday at 3:30, at least when we can make it. Unfortunately, I haven't been here for a while. So I am back, and neither has Don. Don has been out and injured.
Yep.
But now Don is back.
You know, I'm seeing your YouTube thing on your website on my screen in front of me,
Yep.
and I'm quite impressed.
You like that?
No, I'm impressed.
Do you like my
Everything
gimbal?
You got the television done. Now you're moving up right up. to
Your TV, yeah, TV
Well,
star.
There's a little bit of time reaction in here.
Yep.
uh,
Time delay.
Time delay, but it is impressive.
Well, the cool thing, what I've been doing with this, Don, is when I've been going around live streaming, I can go right up to the barbecues. I can show people what's going on. I can go up to the fireplaces. I can go back to where DJ's Parts is and say, yo, why ain't you all working back here, right? There's all kinds of things I can do.
I'm trying to see how much delay time is here.
Well, so is this like a lightning strike where you hear it and then you count?
Well, no, I just want to know, people, if you're talking out there be a few seconds.
That's 3-4 second delay.
3-4 second delay.
Well, it's got to process all the way through YouTube, through all the satellites and back through the internet to you. So that's really not that bad.
Yeah, no, I could actually see using this
Medium.
medium for the money machine.
Oh, absolutely. Don, Come on now.
Yeah.
I should come up here and
No,
I
you
should be
should.
living streaming money machines. And we could build an audience, because what Don does is Don does what he called the money machine, where he talks to people about the stock markets, what the trends are, the way things are going, and how to be safe and maybe be aggressive at times to not only, protect yourself, but to succeed in the market.
To succeed, right, and to learn patience, right?
Patience,
So
yes.
anyhow, I started off talking about.
Well, wait a minute. You were a patient.
Yes,
just
I was
recently.
A patient. I was a patient. I'm
Speak-
trying to get out of the patient.
Yeah,
button.
speaking of patience, you were a patient.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a patient anymore, but I got to do it a little bit longer yet, but not long.
There you go.
At least not sitting at home.
So now we were talking gas prices, Don.
Yeah,
Where do you
gas-
think this is going to go?
well-
That's natural gas.
That's not, but it's all going to start ticking up.
Well, it all has.
This inflation thing is going to be shocking, I think, for most people this winter. Oil's hitting all-time, going to hit $80 a barrel.
That ain't no all-time high.
No, but it's hitting,
Not even. That's half of the all-time high.
It's $80 a barrel,
That's what they want.
and probably going higher. So, what's LP going to cost?
Well, I kind of think oil's a little different than natural gas, but with all the stress of all the new power plants built with natural gas that are needing it, and with all the vehicles that are now driving with it, there's a heavy demand on natural gas. And unfortunately, a lot of these places that like pump oil burn this natural gas off instead of capturing it and getting it to us. So there is an issue there, I would say. But just like everything else, going up, right?
But natural gas has tripled.
Triple. In how long?
A year and a half.
Year and a half.
Tripled.
So that would be like saying gas would be $6 a gallon now for your car.
Well, let's see, gas hit zero no, gas did. Probably the lowest gas.
Gasoline.
Gasoline probably got to, $1.50.
The cheapest I paid was $1.39 when all that hit.
Okay, times it by 3.
I had deja vu that I was driving my '73 Monte Carlo, filling it up.
And there are places in the country that are paying $4, $5, $6 a gallon.
Oh well, yeah, New York,
There
California,
are places, so
and they're happy to. Those people are happy to give up that much money for it.
yeah.
Why else would they be doing it?
Well, because there ain't a pump next door that says cheaper.
Well, that's funny you say that. When my kid used to live in Colorado, right off the freeway, and there's this gas station, and gas would be like $3.29 a gallon or whatever it was. Then you go right around the corner, and all of a sudden gas was $2.89 a gallon. You went up the street, and it was $2.39 a gallon. And I've seen people, gas stations across the street, pay 30 or 40 cents more a gallon.
Yep.
So people don't always pay attention to that. It's crazy.
I want to stop the show. Stop the show for a second.
No, I'm not going to hit stop.
No.
I'll keep it
I don't
going.
want you to hit stop.
Okay.
I want to talk again about a Turbine Guy's website where you can actually see our show going on live.
Absolutely.
So-
You can see all the activity in the store. You can see the stuff we got going on. You go to the Turbine Guy YouTube channel and you can see this.
Yeah, so tell them how to get there. Make sure it's simple.
Go to YouTube, type in Turbine Guy, and hit the top one that pops up because it's going to say live. That's what I just did. And boom, live, you click on it, and then here you are. And the best thing is, we get comments and stuff. So if we keep an eye, we got a couple of comments going up there. People want to comment, okay? We can respond to their
So
comments.
we've been doing this show for how long?
About 5 years, Don.
More than 5, ain't it?
About
Seems
5 years.
Seems like 100 years, but anyhow, you can actually see this thing happening at DJs, and you know what? It's easy to get onto YouTube.
Yes, it is.
And then
It's almost as easy as getting at DJ's website.
Yep. And then you just type in Turbine Guy,
And there you are.
and you're gonna see us live. So
No, don't forget when you type in Turbine Guide to hit the subscription button, because the more I'm almost up to 6,000 subs, which is pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good, and I'm growing. Did you know how good I'm getting, Don? Ever since I hit the 5,000 mark, now I've got a new special URL that's just Turbine Guy in YouTube.
Yeah.
So I'm a little special that way. But I've got 3 different Chinese companies that are sending me their products to make videos about so that they can sell them.
There you be. Jay's kind of working on his future
Yeah, it's my inheritance for my kids.
Well, gonna
That-
pass it on.
Yep, I'm gonna. It's my legacy. But so now I'm joining affiliate programs with these companies. For security cameras, for lighting things, and that kind of deal. So I've got all kinds of cool little things coming my way for free, which is the best part. Who doesn't like something for free, Don?
Well, maybe there's a few people.
Maybe a few, but you know what? That's fine with them. I like free.
So anyhow, back to energy because I want to, this winter when you get a cold month and you look at your heating bill and
Yeah.
you're kind of like, what the heck am I going to do now, right? Well, if you have wood, you could burn wood. Well, and we do install super wood stoves, right?
And there's plenty of wood around.
And so that's one option.
Yep.
I remember last time when everything got crazy, especially gasoline, I'd do anything to buy an electric vehicle. And then electric vehicles come, but the gas went back down, so I didn't do it.
You changed your mind, huh?
But when I retire, I am going to have an electric vehicle, but I'm no longer stopping at a gas station. I'm no longer going to be getting oil changes, right?
Don,
It's over with.
Where you can get your cigarettes? Come on, that's what gas stations are for.
I quit them 40 years ago.
So no smokes for you, huh?
No smokes for me.
So maybe go and get a donut.
But I can drive through and get a donut through the window and a coffee through a window.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
The electric vehicles are great as long as you don't have a long ways to go.
So back to energy. So some of the great energy things to help solve your heating bill would be a geothermal.
Yes, I love geothermal.
Or maybe even an air source heat pump, because the reason you might look at that is because even on natural gas, if energy gets too high, it's one of the ways you can cut your heating bill down.
So explain air source heat pump.
Well,
What does that mean?
It uses the outdoor air instead of groundwater to heat your house. And to give you an example, a new geothermal system will probably be 400% efficient. And it doesn't get colder.
Hold on. 400.
Right? 'Cause gas,
400.
Yeah.
Aren't things supposed to be 100% efficient?
Well, even a gas furnace doesn't get to 100%. It gets to about 96, 97%.
And that's if you're lucky.
And that's it.
Yep.
Now, a geothermal can hit 400 or more
How does it hit that?
because it doesn't create the heat. It robs the heat from the earth. And by doing that, we hit 400% efficient.
Now, from what I understand, these geothermal systems can work on 38 to 40 degree water and still heat your house.
Sure they can, because what happens is, as the water goes through the system, the refrigerant's going to boil off at, let's say, minus 50 below. So, Jay, what's colder, 38 degree water or 50 below?
I'm going with 50 below.
You're right, Jay.
I'm going with it.
So as that water runs through that special designed heat exchanger, freon on one side, water on the other, the water gets even colder. But
So you can drop that 38 degrees to 36, take that 2 degree little difference and make your house warm.
and make your house warm.
Crazy.
So
Whoever would have thought you could heat a house with 38 to 40 degree water? Honestly.
who would have ever thought that you would have minus 50 below running inside your air conditioner?
And who would have ever thought DJ Don would be on YouTube?
Yeah, and whoever would have thought.
Who?
So, and that's about 400% efficient. Now let's go to air source.
Air source.
Let's say down to about 20 degrees, the new air sources are probably going to average probably around 300% efficient.
300. Now, those are usually used down south, aren't they? Because,
No.
well, from what I understand, down south, they don't have furnaces. They just use heat pumps.
Well, they do. But when energy costs get as high as it does,
So
and
it's
when
migrating.
it's migrating. Well, the technology's improved so much, so down to 25 degrees, chances are we can probably heat the whole house
Really?
with an air
On an
source.
air source. That's got to be a fairly big pump
Well, it'll be designed to put
for
that
for the house. So how big a system would you need to say heat a 2,000 square foot house?
Well, if it's 1,000 up and 1,000 down, you're probably to 25 degrees. They're probably looking at probably a 2.5 ton, maybe
That's not-
3.
That's really, I mean,
Usually one size bigger than an average.
yeah, that's it. It's just a little bit bigger than what you use to air condition.
But there again, we're not trying to heat the whole house because as it gets colder out, the capabilities are less. But even at 0 degrees, these things had 200% efficient.
Really? So if I'm sitting there and I got the north wind blowing and it's 0 degrees, like you said, this thing could still put heat into my house.
Yeah, you know, when natural gas was $1.50 or 3 times cheaper than it is now, well, who in the heck wants to spend a whole lot of money to save $50 a winter? That make no sense.
Yep.
And make my life more comfortable.
Efficient.
No, make my life
Comfortable?
no, not comfortable. That's not the word. Make it more.
Come on, Don. Everybody's watching.
I know they're watching because they're seeing me,
Everybody's watching.
more confusing because to save $50 and have something run all the way through the winter makes no sense.
For $300 a year, whatever, right?
Yeah, but now when you can maybe save maybe possibly up to $400 a year, now that adds up.
Well, you know me.
That adds
You
up.
know, you do all the little things. That's why you put solar in. Maybe you do the geothermal. Maybe you do other stuff. But you insulate whatever you can to save LEDs. You know, everything you can to save money, and it makes a difference in the long run. And not only that, if you're doing something like Don says right now, and you go with the geothermal, maybe put a little solar on to help power it. All of a sudden, what have you done during your retirement? You've reduced your retirement expenses. Right?
Yep, and you
Let's
know,
talk about tax credits.
and that tax credits, but I don't want to confuse that yet.
No, Don's on energy savings, Joe. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So ideally, and I think I'm going to go back to school, believe it or not, and go back to my direct access system,
Yeah.
where you bury the refrigerant lines right in the ground, not the water.
Sure.
And I believe those are hitting close to 500%.
Oh, I bet they are because they're not subject to what's going on outside.
And so we send a minus 50 below refrigerant right into dirt.
Yeah.
And I have many of those put in from years ago. And if energy goes like it is, it's time to go back to it.
Okay, now tell me, how many geothermal systems have you installed over all the years?
Maybe 400 or 500.
400 or 500. That's all?
Yeah,
Oh my God. Look what this gentleman's been doing to help the world, earth, environment, or whatever, just because he thinks it's the right thing to do. You were installing these long before the term global warming or
Yeah,
climate
right.
change
we
ever came
started
out.
in the early 80s.
And some of those systems are
Are
still running. Really?
I can take you to the houses, the ones that are actually still.
Now, the best part is, I know plenty of solar systems that were installed on or after that are defunct
Yep.
and no good. Those things are gone. So a lot of pollution created to do this. You made some energy for a while, but these geothermals, it's 100% recyclable system pretty much, right? The
Right.
metals and aluminums.
Yep.
And then all you've done is the right thing and use the energy out of the earth that's just sitting there to your client's advantage.
So there are answers, and the government's taken us this direction. There are tax
It
credits.
ain't taken. There's a one-way street going on, buddy.
Yeah, well, they're giving you up to 26% tax credit on a lot of this.
Oh, Joe's going to be happy to hear that.
They get 26% tax credit if
26.
you buy the right wood stove. You get 26%
Percent?
if you buy the right geothermal system.
Okay, so I got to have a couple of just general ideas for people out there. What does a hydronic boiler or a wood kind of stove cost to heat your
Pretty
house?
much, we don't sell a lot of hydronics. It's forced air units.
Forced air, okay. Well, how much does a geothermal system cost on average?
Well, let's say for an example, you had there's 2 different types of systems where we use the water from the well to heat your house, and the other
Yep.
one is to bury a loop system.
Right.
But let's talk to one that maybe you use a well and you use a 3-ton to get 75% of the heat, right?
Yep.
And the last one I installed was about 14 grand. That's heating and air conditioning.
Now, hold on. 14 grand, right?
Right.
How much, if you had to replace a furnace with natural gas and air conditioning, how much would that cost?
Probably 8 to 10,000.
So for another $4,000 to $6,000,
Not even that, because it gets a 26% tax
which
credit.
knocks that off. So all of a sudden, for $1,000 or $2,000 more,
Yep.
you're running off the earth. You're not burning anything.
You're running at 400% efficient instead of 96% efficient.
And you aren't burning anything. There is no oxygen being combusted anywhere.
That's exactly right.
What are you doing? You don't got to plant no trees. You're doing the right thing. And then, like me, here, I'm going to get back to me quick. Like me, if you want to, you install some solar power on top of it, right? And
Yep.
then, because these geothermals do take extra electricity, absolutely, but you put some solar in to account for that. What are you doing for free, Don? What are you doing for free?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great combination. In fact, I think the systems of the future will be exactly that.
Well, I don't think we have much of a choice.
There are companies already in different parts of the country that are tying geothermal in with photovoltaic solar cells. So it actually starts to heat the whole house
Yep,
and make electricity, and it's gone.
just like that, huh?
It's gone. Think about it. It's gone. You're going to have some upfront investment, but it doesn't take long to pay for that, because at the end of every month, in the summer, you're probably saving 100, 200, or maybe more. In the winter, you're probably saving 400, 500, 600 a month. It adds up fast.
It does, and that's the best part about this. Now, if you buy yourself a natural gas furnace, like we said, $8,000 to $10,000, and you use it, yes, that's going to be more efficient. You're going to save some money, save some green, because it's all about the green, right?
And let's say you put a system in your house that actually eliminates the heating part and the electrical part.
Yes.
Just give me an answer. How much more do you think your house is worth than the one next door?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you have removed a bill that escalates over time.
Yeah.
How can you not want to do that?
So today, let's say in the past, maybe a guy heated his house for $500-600 on natural gas.
Right.
And if it did triple, or if it does triple, you're at maybe $1,500-1,800.
Yep.
Now, if you went to a smart system like I'm talking about, you might be eliminating all of it. The $1,500-1,800.
And what do you do with that money? You pay off the system in a few years, and then you go out and get some beer and some steaks or a barbecue, right? Because we got barbecues here.
Yep. But you sleep good at night, knowing that you're not going to get one of those things in that little box out in front of the road, or
That says disconnect.
or disconnect, or here, send me a bunch of money.
Yeah, you're not gonna get any. You're never gonna get a disconnect notice when you don't have a bill.
So it's happening, people. It's happening.
Join the wave.
Years ago when we get these spikes in energy, okay, and then they'd go down a year or two later, and then it would spike again and go
That
down.
ain't gonna happen.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, not
I think this
now.
inflation factor.
They have built in permanent increases into the economy through the government spending, in my opinion.
So I'm starting to believe this could be even what I'd call critical.
No, you got to understand that the price of gasoline has gone up and down, and it's varied quite a bit. Okay, the price of natural gas does, the price of propane does. But has the price of electricity ever really gone down?
But no, it didn't. It doesn't go down.
No, it always goes up.
In fact, so everybody understand what's coming in the future. The whole infrastructure, because we're all going electric cars, electric this, electric that. The whole infrastructure around the whole Twin Cities has to be upgraded.
Well, but it's not going to be. And that's a problem. You hit the nail on the head there. That's why they're having brownouts in California right now, specifically because of this. Because they've got so many electric vehicles that they got to charge so people can get from here to there. They don't have money for the air conditioning, and the grid was never upgraded. Now, for years, I want to go on for just a few seconds here. For years, we were able to accommodate the population explosion in this country because everything was getting more efficient. So everything used less energy so we could have more people, and the grid was fine. But now they're shoving all this down our throat and we have to do it. And they're having brownouts in places like California specifically because of all these electric vehicles. Well, how do you solve that problem for yourself? You minimize your intake of electricity and use that intake for electric cars or other stuff.
But so what I was getting to, the lines around the whole area here in Minnesota are not big enough to handle all.
No, none of them are around the country.
So who do you think is going to upgrade that. It's not me, it's
Nope.
not Jay, and it's not Joe.
Well, I thought Joe.
Well, you
I thought
could,
Joe
you
was
could.
going to do some of this for us.
So what's going to happen, all that new update's going to get added to your electric bill down the road, and it's just going to keep getting bigger, bigger.
You know, down in Florida, they plan to build a new nuclear plant in Jacksonville. So 10 years beforehand, they started charging people. Okay, that's what we have to look for with the electric companies. And if you put solar on or do other things to help, mitigate that, then all of a sudden you're out of that loop and it's not costing you. Other people get to pay for it. It's the same thing with what we're talking about here with the geothermal. The price of natural gas is going up, right?
Yep, and they're using natural gas for making the electricity.
So we are more carbon friendly.
Yeah, but let's talk about that for 1 second more. It used to be about $1.50, and I'm sure they buy it a little cheaper than the average dog because they buy
Of course
so much,
they do.
But it's doubled, maybe going to triple. So what do they got to do? They got to add that to your electric bill and all the other things I talked about.
Plus, they got to pay for their luxury Lexus and their SUVs and everything else they have.
I don't want to throw them under the bus yet until I see that.
Oh, come on. You know doggone well the executives ain't driving around no little Volkswagen.
So, I mean, tonight when your better half gets home, you should talk about maybe what are we going to do because it's coming.
That's right. You do. And you know what the thing is? We got a government right now saying everybody's going to go solar. We're going to solve the whole world's problems with solar, right?
Before I get too much farther, because we only have a few seconds left.
Oh, don't listen to Joe.
It really went fast. But a person who's out on 5 acres, 10, 15, 20, and you have wood, lots of it, right? All the stuff we talked about, a wood stove just about prevents most of it.
Yes.
So if you have the energy on your property,
And not only that, the wood stoves are so efficient. Come on, you give me an idea. Right now, today, compared to 20 years ago, how much more efficient are these wood stoves?
well, let's put it like this. There are some that can burn up to 40 hours.
40.
And so
40.
Years ago,
Every
you
2
could
to
get
3
6 hours out of them, 4 hours.
Out of those, and I knew people had to wake up every 2 hours to make sure their fireplace was
So
going.
just think about your property. For instance, I buy a piece of property. I need a pond in the backyard because I'm going to do a pump and dump geothermal. Now you have 10 acres of wood in your backyard. It might be a little bit of a pain, but you can get tools to make this job way easy, and to heat with wood. And so there are 2 easy ways out.
Numero uno?
There you go. There's a word from the past.
Come on,
The last-
numero
the
uno.
last thing-
What's the first way out?
Wood,
And what's the second way?
geothermal.
There you go.
And
You had
there's a
'em
third way. Solar panels,
solar or microwind. Can't forget that.
microwind.
Can't forget
So
that.
now we have a call to action, Don. What do they do now?
Well, now they should call DJs.
DJ's up here in Monticello, right?
Yep. So if you want to talk to me, you can talk directly to me.
763-297-4661.
Nope,
Am I right? That's
227.
227. Come on, what's the phone number? 763-497-2661. I'm pretty sure it's
I
what I
made sure we
said.
got it out twice.
Okay, and
They can
you
check
can
you out online or
D-
better yet, make it into the store.
make it in the store, but go to djscompanies.com.
And we can get
djscompanies.com.
you tied in with Jay to do a package deal, whatever you think you want.
Well, me or Don, we'll figure it out and we'll help you with all of this fun.
All right, we're going to come back next Tuesday, or what day is it today? Tuesday.
Tuesday, just
afternoon.
like we do every Tuesday at
Yep, and We're
3:30.
going to be back at DJ's here talking. It's all about the green. We invite you to join us at that time.
Well, I think I wonder what people thought of that show.
Well, you can keep talking because you're still on YouTube, buddy. YouTube ain't over
Well,
yet.
I know it's always fun after the show to get the
Yeah,
live cuts.
to get the decompression stuff. Here you go. I'll sign us off. There you go, folks. That's what we do up here. We have fun. We talk energy. We talk real life. And every time I'm up here, I love to do me a show. Thank you for joining me today. I see we got 9 people watching. That's great because we got 9 people learning right now. Turbine Guy, signing off.